Coming to you from the center of the universe in Lipsick, Wisconsin, it's the Hot Rod Tuesday podcast.
Hey, welcome to the 47th episode of the Hot Rod Tuesday podcast. I'm Tom.
Kyle.
And Al.
Hot Rod Beth.
Yeah, she's right here in studio or in bar or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, she's right here with us tonight, which is kind of fun. She's not going to be down in Slinger. It'd be nice.
Slinger, Tom.
See, tonight you can actually kick them.
I know.
So, yeah, tonight we had our... I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear it because I really didn't. Yeah, right?
Hey, there's light.
Must be bar time. The lights just came on.
So tonight we're going to kind of recap the Hot Rod Tuesday season and talk about the podcast a little bit and just see how things are going. So the 2025 season, Al, what did anything stick out for you that you can think of on top of your head?
Honestly, there wasn't just one thing. It was just a combination of, what we have, 10 shows, and I think only one got rained out.
Yeah, one got rained out.
So the weather was great. It was nice to see all of the regular people that we get. And even on top of that, this year, I think more than previous years, the variety of cars and people I've never seen before was
We had
amazing.
a lot of new people this year.
Yeah, that's what really stuck with me.
Yep. Yeah, we had a ton of people. We had a bunch of people came from Madison, bunch from Watertown. Hell, we even had a bunch from Milwaukee, and every once in a while, one from Slinger.
I brought the whole gang with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we appreciate that.
And if you guys are listening, I don't remember your names. I'm sorry, but the two guys from Canada that were here, on their way down to the Tri-5 Nationals. That was really cool. I think that was a high point of my season, being able to introduce those guys.
Yeah, and I do apologize if you are listening for saying, yeah, right.
Yeah. No, I mean that was really cool. I mean,
I didn't believe it at first.
Yeah. To think they came all the way here because they heard Lipsick was the coolest show in the world, and they thought maybe they'd stop here on the way to the Tri-5 Nationals.
Yes, he thought they were a bit loony.
I think you've made it, Tom.
Yeah, we're there. We're there. And then, too, we want to mention all the food vendors that we helped out this year. And I think they made quite a bit of money for their respective charities. And once again, talking about our food vendors, we don't keep a thing of that. They come in here, they set the food up, they hand the food out, and they take every ounce of money. We don't charge them anything for being here. It's all for them to raise money for their respective charities. And I think we're going to keep doing that in the future. That's been so well received. And
yes.
And we keep the prices low that way too. There's nothing worse than going to a car show and having to pay $5 for a beer, and then you go pay $10 for a hamburger, and it sometimes just gets really expensive, and we try to keep that on the lower end of the spectrum here. But yeah,
When you're talking, they made some great food.
Mm-hmm. They
Stuff
did.
that you don't get. You get the sloppy joes. You got a variety of different things. The ice cream people. Oh my gosh. Whew.
Heather, she's talking about you
Yep,
right now on the
ice cream.
podcast.
Oh my God.
We just got to wave. But yeah, the ice cream, everything. In Dodgeland FFA, I had so many people talk about their food and how good it was. And they'll definitely be back for next year. And we have a couple other people who wanted me to reach out to them and get a night for next year. So you might even see some different people for next year as far as food vendors. But yeah, what a season. I mean, we started the first night out. I think we weren't planning on a whole lot, and I think we had 160 the first night out.
150-ish, yeah.
And then we finished the year out, with over 300 cars, and we lost count.
Yeah.
It just got to be insane there. And
even our rain threat night was about 100.
Yeah.
And it was raining half a mile down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our lowest turnout, and even that was a good
Yeah, I
turnout.
think
Yeah.
98, something like that.
Yeah. We talked about that earlier when I was talking with Ron Nelson. I was like, when we first started out, we had 30 cars a night. It was like, holy shit, we got 30 cars.
Yeah.
And then it was 50 cars. And then I remember the first time we had 100, it was...
I think I quit counting manually once we hit 50 on a regular basis.
Yeah. Right.
And I started taking pictures.
Yeah.
I think it'd be, but I can't do math. A lot more than that now.
Do I need to get you a clicker?
Nah. I like the pictures.
Yeah, I like
It
pictures
gives us
too.
content to post to.
Your pictures are real good.
Every
Spend more
time
time on them next year.
Every time I hear the clicker, It reminds me of back in the days when I used to work at Dodge Correctional Institution, and you would count the inmates in and you count the inmates out, which I thought was weird because all the other places I worked, we never counted them in or counted them out. You just sent them off to rec and you brought them back. So I asked somebody, I said, why do you guys do that? And they said it goes back to the old Central State days when it was a mental hospital for the criminally insane.
Yep.
That they would count the inmates going out, and then they'd have to count them back because the nuts would go climb the trees and wouldn't come out. So they had to make sure they had the right amount coming out as went in. So,
I'm here to tell you that is a true story. I worked at Central State Hospital those days, and we had a tree out in the rec yard. Either they would climb the tree, or our wall wasn't a typical prison wall. It was down in a moat.
Mm-hmm.
And if they weren't up in the tree, they were down in the moat splashing in the water.
And you were right there with them, weren't you?
Well, looked like fun. I mean,
yeah, but anyway, that's probably why I kind of resistant to get a clicker. But yeah, and changing gears here, we've noticed or we realized here that we've gotten a whole lot more followers in the last month or so. So I think it's time that we do a reintroduction. We'll just kind of go around the table here, do our thing, and kind of talk about who we are and how we got to be where we're at. So like I said, my name is Tom. We did this Hot Rod Tuesday thing. It was a bunch of guys in the garage where we just sit and drink beer and have a great time and talk about cars and women and stuff like that. I remember for a while there, we even had a thing where no women were even allowed in the garage. It was kind of like Al Bundy's No Ma'am for Married with Children. But we had a lot of fun, and then we decided we're going to have a car show, and then the car show's kind of morphed into this podcast, and the podcast I got to give credit to. I'm not going to give him credit because he said I can't give him credit, but I'm going to give him credit anyway. But I'm not going to name him. I talked to him up at
Making
Automotion.
a tune out of yourself here.
Yeah. I talked to him up at Automotion last year, and I think, Beth, you were there too, and we talked about starting the podcast, and he was like, hell yeah, you guys should do that. And you know who you are, and I just want to say thank you for everything that we've done since then. I mean, the people that we've talked to. I mean, this show is always going to be for the local guy. But it's kind of cool for us, too. We were able to talk to Derek Beery and Aaron and Emily Reeves and Shorty
Joe.
Ponce and Joe Coddington and all these other people.
Stacy David.
Stacy
Yeah,
David.
his name, yeah.
And all that just in 47 weeks of doing this podcast.
Yeah.
And going to car shows and having people say, it's really cool. Thanks for doing that. But anyway, I'm sorry. I stole them other guys' thunder. So, Kyle, why don't you talk a little bit about you, how you got your start, and then we'll kind of go around the table.
Well, I've been there from the start also, obviously, because I lived with you when we started this thing. And it was just our garage nights on Tuesday nights. And then I went to the Navy, and then for 8 years, towards the end of that, we had the idea of having me make a logo for the first car show. So 2016 was our first annual show. And then ever since I got out of the Navy, it's been nonstop with this car show.
Right.
And making this happen.
Yeah, and we couldn't do this without Kyle. He does a lot of the stuff online, all the designs for the car show, or for the flyers, the T-shirts, all that stuff. That's all Kyle. He also did he does most of the flyers for the bar too. So anytime you see a flyer from the Lipsick area, chances are Kyle designed it. So then we go to Al.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Al, why don't you give us a little bit of backstory on what you got going here?
Well, I was one of the original garage guys, and honestly, I don't even know how the idea came up. But we were pretty much through a 30-pack, and it was like, hey, we should do a car show.
And nobody was sober enough to say, no, we shouldn't.
Yeah, well, we kind of giggled a little bit.
Well, I better add now, too, that Dad always says just a few guys in the bar in the garage drinking beer.
Yeah.
Like every time I've either been water or sweet tea or Pepsi or something like that.
All right.
So
Yeah,
I always got to add that caveat.
Yeah, we've tried to corrupt you, but it hasn't worked. So, what the heck, let's try it. We tried it, and it's amazing how it's taken off. And the people we've had a chance to meet, like Beth, and it's more than I could have ever imagined. And for everybody who participates and who comes to the shows, we've said it before, but it can't be said enough. It wouldn't be a show without you folks.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Yeah, I
And then-
agree. the show is huge. It went from being about this big to about that big. So if you can't see my hands, they're way above my head. You don't wear shorts. So it was huge. It was great. And we, I think, Tom, I met you at the Swan
City show.
City show together.
That would have been a long time. Well, we won trophies that day.
Yep,
Was it
we
the day
sure
you got
did.
the best rep rep?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
it. Yeah, that was the day a guy says, "I gotta buy your truck," and I said, "No, it's not for sale." "I gotta buy your truck. How much?" And I said, "It's not for sale." "Well, what's your stupid number?" I said, "I don't know, 15. I'll come back with $1,500. No,
Million.
15,000. What ain't worth that? Well, then get the hell away from
Get
me.
Yeah.
out of here. Exactly.
Hit the road.
Anyway, yeah.
That's, I think, our first time that we met.
Yep.
And we won trophies, and we walked back to our cars all happy, and
Yep.
then they canceled that show. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that show was it ran its time. It was a good show while it lasted.
I'm joining them. I'm going for a bevy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're having a great time over there playing cards
Oh, they're shaking dice.
or shaking dice.
That's right. Next time it'll be us involved there.
Anyway,
But otherwise, I just was with Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio for all those years.
Yep.
And when we talked about the podcast, it's like, absolutely, we need to get more information out to everybody because
Right.
everyone was dying to get a calendar, to get the
Yep.
information because they were kind of cut off.
Yep.
And this was a perfect opportunity.
yeah. And one of the hard things, one of the road blocks that we ran into was getting people to understand what a podcast is and how to listen to it. So basically, it comes down to it's just a radio show, but we don't have to listen to the frickin' editors and all that other stuff. We can say what we think. You know what? We're typically record this in a garage. We're a bunch of guys and one couple girls. We have Allie from Iola also that joins us. But you know what? Every once in a while, we're going to cuss. We're going to have a good time. You know, we drink beer while we do this.
The hell you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's what it's all about. And Beth, we couldn't have done this without you. We have a lot of fun with Beth. You know, and like tonight, it was really nice that we brought her a step stool so she could make it up to the table and join us here.
And the booster seat. Don't
And the
forget
booster-
that.
oh, yeah,
I
the
can
booster seat.
Get to the microphone.
Yeah, she's sitting on a phone book right now.
They still make them?
For those of you who remember what phone books
Right,
are.
Yeah.
right. It was a New York one, too, so
Yeah.
extra thick.
So then, just an update too. I mean, a lot of people talked about the road construction that's tentative for out here. I know we've talked a lot about the upcoming roundabouts that are coming in. Roundabouts are scheduled for 2028. I emailed the county and they said they should be 2028. The only thing that may affect next year's show is that Highway G may be closed between Lipsick and Lowell, but that's still not 100% yet. That's still going to be tentative to or whatever that comes in the budget.
Even if it is, you could still get here from Beaver Dam.
Yeah, yep.
A lot of ways to get
Yeah,
here.
there's still a lot of ways to get here,
Like
even
all
without
roads
going on
lead to
G.
Lipsick.
There you go. Yeah.
And okay, and then one other thing I forgot to say, you know, where do we want to take this podcast? I guess to me, it's wherever you guys want us to take it. Where this is fluid. We got no set schedule. We got nothing. You know,
Oh,
you
when
guys.
Grandpa's here, it's more gas and fluid. But
Yeah, right. But we just want to serve you guys the best that we can. So send us emails, get a hold of us through the Facebook page, talk to us at car shows. Let us know what you want to hear, what you want to see, and we'll do what we can to help.
Yeah, I agree. It's as much your show as it is ours.
Right. And then, and just want to remind everybody. I mean, and from like I said, we've only done this 47 episodes, not even a year yet.
Yeah.
And already next year we've been invited to Iola for the whole show. We've been invited to Automotion, and then there's been a few other ones too where people want us to go, but according the work schedules and things like that don't quite allow me to do all the things that we want to do. But man, I just can't believe how much it's grown in the time that we've done this.
Yeah, exactly. The people we've met, I would have never in a million years thought that we'd get to meet these people and talk to them one-on-one.
Right. Like Derek Berry.
Oh,
I had to give the guy donuts to make him talk to us, but
yeah.
Whatever works.
You were shaking
Right.
so bad, you even carry him down to where he was.
Well, he wasn't the only one,
I was on the verge of having a heart attack. You have a fat guy carrying donuts in the heat, and he couldn't eat any.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Hey, whatever we got to do to make it happen.
you're that Al?
Whatever. I'm game.
Down, boy, down.
Beth, we did something a couple weeks ago. I want to see if you can do it. We figured out that a grown man can't say the word wiener without laughing a little bit.
She's already laughing.
So
You mean like hot dog?
no, just the word wiener. Can you say the word wiener without laughing? Let's just see if it's just a guy thing.
Wiener.
She can't do it. Can't do it.
Cannot. How do you say it in Spanish, though?
Bicho.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds bad.
I don't know. I remember.
What the hell?
Well, I think so, because there was a guy I used to work with at one of the what we call those, the penitentiaries.
Yeah.
And he called you a grande bicho, or what?
No. He said El Tango Bicho Grande, and I was like, "What's that?" He said, "It means that I'm rather well endowed." And I was like, "Well, okay. I don't know if that's true or not." But if I said something really funny, you'll be able to tell, because the Spanish-speaking people are probably giggling right now.
As many times as I've been swore at in Spanish, I should know this stuff.
Right?
You know.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
See?
I've been,
All right.
Yeah, see.
Well, we are looking for that definition in Spanish, then. That's for sure.
Okay.
The only
I'm afraid to look it up on my phone.
the only Spanish word I know is no.
Yeah. Well, there's that. Yeah.
At least they can understand that
Right.
when you say no.
I think you were said they told you no.
Yeah, well, it works both ways.
No touchy.
No,
No touchy.
No, El Toucho.
El
Wiener.
Toucho, yeah. Oh my God.
Sorry. There we go.
Here we go. There's a big smile on my face, too, right now.
All right. So, changing gears. So the whole idea of this podcast is talk about upcoming events and anything that's going on in the car world. And there is a couple big shows coming up this weekend. I'm going to hit on one. It's going to be down in Langley, Illinois, at the Psycho Silo Saloon. Ratstock, put on by Rat Rod Magazine. If you guys follow Rat Rod on YouTube, or not YouTube, well, YouTube and Facebook, you'll be able to see all the convoys and cars and stuff that are going down there. It's going to be an absolutely huge show. It's going to go on from 10 until midnight. And like I said, it's put on by Rat Rod Magazine at the Psycho Silo Saloon. And that venue looks like it's going to be a pretty amazing venue, too. So one of these times I want to make it down there. We're hoping to do it this year, but things popped up here, and I'm not going to be able to go. But maybe next year we'll get it on the calendar. But it looks like a blast. The Rat Rod guys are usually the most fun guys in the crowd. Beth, how about you? What do you got?
You know, I think we should put that on our calendar, if that's an annual thing.
Yeah.
Because I've been to a Rat Rod Ruckus out in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, super cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of neat stuff. But
Yep.
So, yeah, put it on the calendar, that's for sure. You know, this week, what do we got? About 6-7 more weeks
Yep.
of
Like-
showtime.
Yeah,
coming.
5/8 of an inch of winter or summer left.
Yep, something like that. But the biggest show, well, there's a few shows going on. The first show is Mississippi Mayhem, this Friday and Saturday up in Salem,
Yep.
up by La Crosse.
Yeah, you got to check that one out.
Yeah, all vintage stuff. Again, great music, big swap meet. There's this great show all together, and it's a great ride up there. It is mainly 94, 60, 94, all the way up, but it is really a nice ride. 3.5 hours, lots of gas
Yep.
stations. Also, Greenfield, city of Greenfield, I think Captain Bob talked about this last week a little
He sure
bit.
did.
They'll have 300-400 cars there. That's at Konkel Park on Saturday. So
Okay.
lots happening there. And what, about 37 other shows, I think, this weekend? Or
87 shows between tomorrow and next week, Monday.
yeah, it's just crazy.
I mean, we were at the fairgrounds show on Sunday, and how many cars do you think they had, Kyle? You think they had a couple hundred?
Yeah, they had a lot more than they did last
Is
year.
that
That's
Dodge
for sure.
County?
Yeah.
Dodge County, yeah, they probably had 200 cars.
Yeah, they're easily 150 or so.
Oh, and speaking of which, do you remember when we had on that benefit for MS?
Yes.
They did get their 100 cars plus.
Did they?
Yes, they did. They had a big, huge turnout, and we're going to try to get them back on the show to do a recap. But they did. They reached their goal. They said they had cars
Outstanding.
coming out everywhere. So
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
yeah, that was pretty cool. Arlo let me know. They said they did really, really well. So like I said, that's the upcoming events. You know, like I said, go on to WisconsinMotorEvents.com and you can see all these different shows. And
Oh, I do have one more upcoming event.
okay,
You missed it.
all right,
The first Hot Rod Tuesday of next year is on May 5th.
there you go. May 5th will be our first one. I don't know who the bands are. We don't know who the food's going
It'll
to
be
be.
on May 5th. It'll probably be a mariachi band. or Cinco de Mayo.
I bet you they're not going to say bicho.
My ranchero will be front row.
Grande bicho. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Settle down, Beth.
Sorry.
My God.
I got Al next to me. What do you expect?
There could be kids listening. Probably
Yeah,
not.
just
There's
my
probably
students,
like
but-
2.
Oh, I know my middle schoolers listen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Hey.
cool. Okay, keep it clean then.
Here's a shout out to
they're
all the
good.
Dodgeland middle schoolers.
Right.
And some high schoolers now. I
And the
guess,
high
but-
schoolers,
yeah,
too.
Dodgeland in general.
And, yeah, all of Dodgeland.
Right, get out there, work on your cars.
Yes.
And we have some. I just found out one of my 6th graders. And his family put on a car show also, and they had about 1,000 cars at their show this year. I have to remember which one it was. I don't remember which
Partyville?
show it
It's
was.
got to be Partyville.
But I'll
Or
talk
Tishigan.
because they said they just moved to a bigger venue because they ran out of room also. So I'll have to ask them again tomorrow where that was. It was
You're
early
on-
in the day, so
You're
I
on
can't
a
remember
mission.
that.
Yeah.
You're on a mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Partyville is huge. 1,600 cars.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Holy
weather
cow.
weather was beautiful.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. So, I guess that leaves us to the
Oh, boy.
the one part that everybody loves. The shit that Al says. Al, what do you got for us this week? And remember, Jane's sitting right here at the table with
right,
us.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do her a favor and leave her out this week. Last time I went to visit my son and daughter-in-law, I flew out to Idaho, and on the flight I'm sitting next to this preacher. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, as soon as the plane gets up to altitude and levels off, here comes the stewardess asking, would you like a drink? Oh, sure, bring me a rum and coke. So she goes, makes it, brings it back, hands me this rum and coke. She says to the preacher, would you like one too? And he says, I would rather be tied up and abused by 6 prostitutes before I let alcohol touch my lips. Well, I handed my drink back to the stewardess and said,
Me too.
yeah, me too. And I said, I didn't realize that was an option.
Jane, take him home tonight. You know what to do. You know what to do. It includes a piece of rope. And he's going to have a big smile on his face till next week.
Yeah, but yeah. Shit. Well, there we go.
There it is. Oh, hey, by the way,
Yeah.
little sadder news. Did you hear about Lorena Bobbitt?
No.
Oh, she died in a traffic accident. Seems some dick cut her off. I'm done.
Yeah, drink your beer.
Oh my God. And there we go.
There it is.
Yep. So anyway. Wow.
I'm going to go to the dice game, I think.
So
Join the
the
dice game.
so yeah, like I said, we guys got a whole bunch of different events you can go to this upcoming week.
Absolutely. They're everywhere. They're
Yeah.
everywhere. I got to go to a wedding reception. Family
congratulations.
stuff. Yeah, not mine.
Oh.
It's not mine, but family first, they say. Oh,
And
so-
and next time you're here, could you do something better with your hair?
Dude, I'm telling you, as soon as I put this on, I lost 3 inches of height. That's what the
Anyway, Beth, what do you always say?
get out there and drive them. Let a kid in your car.
And if it's not your kid, make sure you let him back
Let them
out.
out, you bet. But yeah, we only got about 1.5 inches of summer left, so get out there and drive them. The weather's beautiful. This cool
Well,
weather.
it's better than 5/8 of an
Yeah,
inch.
absolutely.
there you go.
Yep, you would know, right, Al? Sorry. Whoops.
All right.
Good
So,
Let me have one more.
Good one.
so next week you can listen to our podcast again. We'll be back on again next week. I don't know who we're going to talk to yet, but we'll figure it out. Until then, you guys have a great week.
All right. Take care, everybody. Get out there and drive them cars.